back with the NFL show on talkSPORT this Thursday night, live and exclusive commentary as the Green Bay Packers host the Washington Commanders. Big wins in division for both of these teams this weekend. Both of them fancied in the playoffs this year. I'm delighted to say a man that featured on that dominant Packers defense this weekend. Rashan Gary is with us now. Rashan, how are you doing, brother? How are you feeling off the back of the dub?
Yeah, feeling good, feeling blessed, and ready to go for another week.
Look, man, look, when you saw Lions week one in Lambeau, was there any ever part of you that kind of thought it could be as dominant or as impressive as a performance as it turned out to be?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially for our defensive unit, everybody feel like the sky's the limit. So going out there, putting performances, out there, that's something that we expect, of ourselves, and we just gotta keep holding the standard and go 1-0 every week.
We love to see as well 40 career sacks you hit this weekend. That near safety, the speed to power you showed on that rush is one of my favorite clips of the whole weekend. I think I've shared it on social media 2 or 3 times. So great performance from you personally. For you going into this year, before we kind of get into the Micah and the trade of it all, were you already feeling like year 2 in Jeff Hafley's system that the pressure rates, the kind of stuff on the line was going to increase this year, that you guys had a chance of taking a step forward?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like as any person, that has any type of work. The first year that you get to learn something, you get to learn it, you get to play at a high level. But that second year, hearing the same calls, understanding where you're supposed to be, the different terminologies, different lingo's, things like that. And now, going into year 2, especially from OTAs, I was feeling the growth just from the communication part, understanding everybody's assignment, understanding where we need to be, understanding what we're trying to get the offense to do for us, things like that. But yeah, going in the first year, then having an off season to watch film and work and understand what I'm coming back into for year 2, was sure was going to be better than what we had last season.
And for you going into year 6, what has Coach Hafley brought you that makes you feel like you personally can take another step forward?
Yeah, just confidence and belief in me. Knowing that I'm the player that I say I am, knowing that the player that I put on tape, and just putting me in positions to make this team better. So having a defensive coordinator that trusts you, that believes in your ability, that allow you to do you and help the team as much as you can. That's all you can ask for.
You were already a line full of first round picks. There were already some high expectations for this defense. You ranked top 10 in a lot of stats last year, and I think people were hoping for a leap, but you go out and you make the big blockbuster move. What has Micah Parsons' arrival in Green Bay done for your defense? What is the mood like in the camp since he's come in?
Yeah, number one thing, just energy and confidence. Having a guy, that stature, coming to this team to, basically beef up our defense, help us, on pass rush and just basically create mismatches, across the board. You can't beat it. And like I was saying to the media in the locker room the other day, it's bittersweet. But as I started to understand the player that we was getting, how he could help me open up my game, how I could help him open up his game, communicating. It's going to be hard for tackles and offenses to come up with blocking schemes to try to slow us down. But like I said, number one thing was just confidence and energy.
I mean, you had the big sack with him off the field, but beyond that, 29 snaps for him, less than half the defensive snaps, but 3 of your sacks came with him on the field. Deontay Walker's came with him on the field, your half sack, obviously his as well. Like, did you feel that difference of having him on the other side? Did you instantly feel like there was a different energy, a different approach from the offense facing you?
Yeah, and I feel like it's only gonna get better. The more we, play together. That was week 1. We're still getting into the scheme, still understanding things he like to do, things that vice versa what I like to do, communicating on rush plans, things like that, what we seen from the tackles. But man, first third down, I heard it from the crowd, and we felt it as a defense. So we just gotta keep it rolling.
I love that. The celebrations were wild as well, not just after his sack, but throughout. It felt like the energy on defense. You said you used that word already yourself. It felt like it was just up this whole other notch.
Yeah, that's the standard, man. That's what we expect from everybody. No one should have to give you some juice to wake up to play this great game that God bless us to play. There's only a few people that's able to play it, so us being in a small percentage of people that's playing it, man, you got to cherish it because football is not for long. So you got to stay locked in, and you got to really focus on the moment of time that you have at hand.
And I mentioned it to you before. your paths briefly crossed in college, yours and Micah's, and we were there when you guys played in 2018 and saw you both have. It was I think it was your first game back off injury, but both have good games, and kind of wild that 6 years later this is the position you're in, right? So when you think back to that and you think to now, how different is it, that energy in practice as well? How has the kind of day to day, down to down worked for you guys?
Yeah, man, it's been great. It's really been great. Having a guy like I was saying that's like minded like me, that want to make every play that come his way. That want to help the team in every which way that we can. With our abilities, man, it's been great. He's been seeing the type of pass rusher I am, what type of run stopper I am, and we've been going on we on week 2 right now, so we only getting closer. Talking a little bit more, understanding how he likes to rush, how he likes to stop the run. Things that he's seeing, but. The practice, man, it's been great because it's always been about communicating, learning a new player, him learn the defense. So any way I could help him, play fast, things like that. That's what we've been doing. But man, he's been doing a hell of a job coming in, putting the extra time with the coaches, learning the scheme. So now by the time we get to the practice field, it's all about just really just talking technique. What you see on this move? Oh, I like that move. What you work? Okay, work this, things like that. So it's been good, man. Really just iron sharpening iron, just taking ideas from each other, understanding them, and just trying to work them in practice.
This Thursday night, you talked about that atmosphere on that third down. There's nothing kind of beats Lambeau under the lights, prime time. I like it when it's in December and it's freezing cold as well. That really seems to ratchet it up again, but we'll take it in September. What is the challenge, though, that is facing you guys? Like, Jared Goff's one thing. Like, if you knock him off his spot, you know you've got an opportunity to make plays. Jayden Daniels gets pushed out of the pocket and he can do all sorts. So, how are you guys facing that challenge head on?
Oh yeah, number one, like I said, gotta communicate. Everybody gotta do what they want to level on defense. Everybody gotta make sure we're in the right gaps. They have a lovely read zone game. Like I said, you just said, but their quarterback, man, he could tear you up with his legs. He could tear you up with his arm. They have a lot of skill playmakers on the outside. With 17-1, I could keep on going. They have a good solid offensive line. Just got some new help from Tunzel, I think they signed. They got a couple other guys that switch positions on the O line, but they're a good solid team. And number one thing, especially coming from week 1, man, they're working together and working great, as a unit. And you'll love to see that for our offensive line. But we got to come in, be gap sound, communicate, all hats to the ball, and we got to really just try to be careful on the pass rush lanes when it is time for us to get after them. But we really just got to make be where we're supposed to be, not be tired of making a routine play and just make it hard for him back there. Don't make it 7-on-7 because having a quarterback like that you give him opportunities, give him 3 seconds, 4 seconds in the pocket, he'll tear your defense apart. So, just really just being on the same page as all 11.
Just two more from me. I know you've got to get off and get game planning and get ready for Thursday night. Team captain for the first time in your career this year. Talk to us a bit about the honour that is and what you think it's brought to your leadership in the locker room.
Yeah, it's a blessing. It's something I always worked hard for, something that I prayed for. And once again, I'm blessed and fortunate, that my teammates, felt that I was able to be a captain this year. Means a lot. But it's just the standard, man. I feel like there's a lot of guys on this team that's leaders, but we're just the guys that go out there with the patches. But really just making sure everybody holding a standard. But it's a blessing, man. Wouldn't want it either other way.
And look, I know the mentality of football players is want to know, look to the next week, look to the next game, plan for the next game. But we've got a game coming up in Dublin, Ireland. We're doing live commentary of in 2 weeks' time for week 4. That's at 2:30 p.m. UK on a Sunday. At 1 a.m. that night, you're in AT&T Stadium to face the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football in what is bound to be the biggest storyline game of the entire season. Like, do you have a little bit of you that sees those fixtures on the calendar and just those games on the schedule and just like circles it a little bit? Has that little thought of, oh, I cannot wait to get there?
Uh, well, with the trade and everything, it's for sure bumped everything up. But of course, when the schedules drop, you have a couple games that that you circle, as you got in the back of your mind. But to be honest, so far to start the season, everybody's really just focused on week 2. We got a short week coming from playing on Sunday, so everybody's really just all energy with really just getting the game plan down, making sure we spend the extra time with coaches, getting our bodies right so we could perform on Thursday and we'll handle that after the Browns.
I get that. I get that, Rashan. I just had to ask because honestly, I'm more excited for getting to that game at 1 a.m. than I am for doing the game ourselves. Don't tell anyone at the Steelers or Vikings I said that, but can't wait, Matt. Look, we really appreciate your time, Rashan. Brilliant stuff. So excited to see what this defense does this year. Like, you've got all of the components to go really deep. So we wish you the best of luck. And maybe we'll be speaking in San Francisco in February. Who knows?
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate you. Thank you.